Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot, juicy video. As always, I'm joined by my guy, Steve Cook, here in Austin, Texas.
Bobby, hey, I like that jacket.
I appreciate it, Steve.
Nice. What is that?
That's in a Blink-182, one of the classic rock band, you know, the 90s kid, and saw them in Austin actually not too long ago. So gotta represent what I can. They're together. Tom's back. But yeah, guys, you know, when Steve's here, we talk about hair, and so today we're talking about, you know, if your thyroid can cause hair loss and whatnot. You know, we talked about their issues people have regarding hair loss, and so okay, what are your thoughts? Can the thyroid affect your hair at all?
So good question. So a couple things. I gear this a little bit more toward women, but it can be men as well to a certain degree, especially with the diffuse thinning, which I think we've done a video on that as well. So it could be either gender, but when we talk about, you know, what can cause hair loss other than androgenic alopecia, which is a fancy clinical term for hereditary hair loss. The way that you determine what you really have is through either a biopsy, through a dermatologist, who, by the way, knows a little bit about hair, because we have to make sure that, you know, the lab knows what they're looking for. But, you know, 98% of the time, that biopsy is going to come back as androgenic alopecia. Now, there's 2% left. In that 2%, there's either thyroid issues that can cause hair thinning, or there is anemia or low iron. Mm-hmm. So those are the two things. So I say this a lot to females because they have that diffuse thinning, and I'll say, look, you know, today we're going to get you an education on kind of like what's going on, because a lot of people, when they start to lose their hair, they have like no clue at all. They think, oh my God, like I need to get checked. Do I have some kind of cancer? I mean, it's really kind of, you know, yeah, it's really, they struggle. So I'm like, hey, listen, the good news is, most likely you have a 98% chance you're perfectly healthy. The bad news is you got hair loss. Mm. So you have a 2%. So I encourage all patients to go, like you would as well, to get blood work done. And when you make sure you tell your general practitioner, your gynecologist, or whoever it may be that's doing the blood draw, to screen for panels of ferritin, which is on the check sheet for iron, and also thyroid. And I don't want to get off the thyroid, but I'm just going to talk about the iron real quick. Is that like the scale of normalcy, you know, in the range for iron is like, let's say like 21 to like 120. And that, I know that's not exact, so please don't hammer me with the instant messages, but it's like that range. It's like that kind of range. I'm close. So if you can go to your general practitioner, who, not for nothing, but they're pretty busy people. They're seeing a lot of patients every day, and they're like, oh, you're 32, you're in good shape. If you have hereditary hair loss as well, or potential at some point hereditary hair loss, and you have low iron, that's not good. You need to get that up around 90 or so, and that's done through, you know, supplementation with your doctor, or a lot of, you know, foliage, vegetables, that kind of stuff, spinach and all that stuff, and probably easier with supplements and drinks and all that. But so those two things. Now let's go back to thyroid, because that's the video. Mm-hmm. So the thyroid, if it needs to be treated, can normally be treated with with medicine. And that's something that you address with your doctor. So a lot of times what will happen is I'll be talking to primarily female patients, could be male, but primarily females with this issue, and they'll say, yeah, I had a thyroid issue, and I'll ask them right away, is it being treated? And they'll say yes, and then take it off the table. Now we're back to hereditary hair loss. So I guess to answer your question directly, although that was a little long-winded, yes, thyroid can affect hair loss. It can be a cause of hair loss, but it's not like jumping off the table with like, oh my God, like, you know, I see that I've got a thyroid issue. My doctor's told me that, now I'm going to lose all my hair. That's really not how it works.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was new to it, Steve. So sure. I'm glad you're here to provide that valuable information to everybody. So yeah, if you're having hair loss, sure, talk to your consultant doctor and do what's best for you. And then until next time, guys, like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.